Hey, welcome to the insert cool name group here.
Pixie glow sticks. High
Okay,
functioning.
listen. I didn't want to pick that. You're saying it.
No, Glenn, that was you. Don't lie.
No. I didn't say glow pixie sticks. I was like, damn. That's what we are right there.
You know that's your fetish.
The
No.
ice cream crumbs.
Heck yeah.
What do you even mean?
I don't fucking know. It sounded fun.
You're sitting around going like, how can we let people know that we're cool?
Yeah.
What words go with cool?
And you said pixie sticks. I'm like, what?
And you were like, ice cream's pretty cool. Let's use that.
We're soft.
Everyone just calls you the chocolate sprinkles.
Don't
Fucking why?
do that. Don't do that.
Oh look, you've got your name as Goose and everything.
Yeah, I figured it was time for a change.
Oh, welcome back, Alan.
Hey guys.
We've
Hello.
missed you.
Don't know the individual. How you doing? You can call me Glim.
Like a
Jeez,
moment. Screwed my face up trying to read this.
I know the voice. I just didn't have that voice connected to the name.
Oh, the goose.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot
We've
of
played
people called
stuff
Goose in
before.
America, right?
Yeah, I immediately.
No, I mean
keep
Finlay. I didn't realize that was. I didn't realize that was Alan.
That's weird.
Because he has a pretty memorable voice.
Yeah, I keep thinking of like fucking Top Gun Goose. Like, talk to me, Goose.
That was a little bit in my mind.
Nice.
That's your people's fault for watching Top Gun recently.
Those were my dogs
Yeah.
back in the States, Maverick and Goose.
That's
Nice.
very American.
Well, we had
Hush,
a dog
hush,
named
Mark.
Maverick, and then we got another dog. What are you gonna name him?
Gotta be Goose.
See, when I hear Maverick, I just think of
James
God.
Garner.
No, God, I can't remember his fucking name now.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Yes, thank you.
So the remake of the James Garner.
Oh, he was in the remake as well, wasn't he? He played his dad.
Yes.
I think Maverick's probably the closest to a Gambit film you're ever going to get, man.
Hmm.
Okay, so Goose. You got your background and all that kind of stuff. So your background is punk, yeah?
Yeah, the only thing I made a kind of mistake on my character sheet. I think I have has beef with gangs. I'm gonna need to change that to corpos.
Yeah, I'm going to go over your question anyway because I don't know what your question answer because I need a more thorough explanation from. But you're a punk
Sure.
background, so you're from the streets, either gang affiliated or just knowledgeable, those kind of things. Your specialisation is getting away because you're the boost man. Your style is wheels, wings, and waves because you're dealing primarily in vehicles. And your lifestyle was comfort, is that right?
Yeah.
So even though you're from the street, you're not living on the streets anymore. You're living in a plushier. Well, it's
Yeah.
either plushy or it's safe. It can't be both, but
Well, I think we'll go for reasonably safe rather than plush necessarily.
okay. So an end of town that's not as dangerous as where you grew up, probably. Okay, so first question: why do you run? What was your answer there?
I think I had out of necessity. I think just to support myself.
Okay, so it's financial. So who has beef with you?
Well, my rationale for this was I see my guy as being like a former like low-level car thief turned moderately successful racing driver. except he gets involved in a large crash that kills most of his teammates, except he walks away unscathed. Everyone suspects race fixing based on a corpo syndicate, but the rest of the team blame him for it, so he's now in bad with the rest of the gang, and he has a grudge against corpos because he thinks they engineered the crash.
Okay.
He also suffers heavily with PTSD and pops tranquilizers to try and deal with that.
So a bunch of street punks basically have beef with you because they think you caused the crash.
Yeah.
You have beef with the corp because you think they caused the crash. What's the corp's name?
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that. Good corp name. Oh god. Okay, let's go with Genom.
Genom. G-E-N-A-M.
Yeah, Genom. Yeah.
And so what did you say for your comfort?
You mean like rationale for it, or?
No, what brings you comfort? Safety, family, stupor, excitement.
Oh right, yeah, safety.
So rather than the thrill of the driving to relax, you want just somewhere calm, secure, safe.
I see my guy as being heavily paranoid after the crash, and so he's more relaxed when he knows he's got, like, you know, some kind of defense between him and the outside world.
Sure. And what do you value most?
Probably just money. Oh wait, in fact I'll need to look at the character sheet just a second.
Creds, loyalty, power, and reputation.
Yep, probably creds.
Okay, so you're very financially orientated. And what was the cyberwares you picked? Because you'd only had 2 when I saw it.
Right, yeah, I didn't realize you could have 3. I was going for reflexes and eyes.
Which makes sense, yeah.
Trying to think what else would work with that.
So it could be a different one, or it could be a second rank and something you've already got.
I'll maybe take rank 2 on reflexes in that case.
So, just in case there's some you didn't realise what our control rig is to like remotely control like drones, which could also apply to vehicles. Your neural processing one is just quicker thinking, processing mathematics and information in general. The security protocol chip is for hacking, and the skill chip is a chip in your skull, and you can, like, from your loadout you can just pick a skill, insert that chip into your brain, and you know that skill at a kind of mastery level for a limited time.
I would maybe go with neural processing, actually. I think that probably makes sense in my background.
Yeah, and it might work as well for processing like routes, you know, velocities, angles, all that kind of stuff.
It's a good shout, yeah.
So the way that it works is you'll get dice for roles that fall under your specialization. You'll get a set, and then you'll get a second dice if you use your loadout to like pull out a piece of gear that aids you. Loadouts you choose like for each mission as you're on a mission, and the rest of it is your cyber, and you get 1 dice for each cyber that applies. If the cyber dice are the highest dice, then your edge gets raised. Or sorry, if it's the highest dice and it's equal to or over your edge, then your edge gets raised.
Sounds fine.
If you hit full edge, you go cyber psycho. You reduce edge by taking stabilizer drugs. Taking those can raise your addiction. If your addiction maxes out, you burn out as a junkie. And you can lower addiction by doing just paying for addiction therapy in your downtime. Heat is if you do something like highly illegal or very obvious. Harm is if you take harm some way, psychological or physical. Creds are your money that you stack up. When you fill up the creds, you mark crypto vault because you stash it away. And once you fill up your crypto vault, you can retire or you can raise your level of lifestyle. And after each mission, you mark rent. And when that fills up, your rent is due and you've got to pay it. And the loadout track is just for tracking how much loadout you've pulled in a mission. The maximum you can pull out depends on which loadout you choose at the beginning. But you always get a free vehicle as part of your loadout, because that's your part of your abilities for style. Yes, but you're part of this motley crew, and you've probably ran with them a few times in the past, so you know them on a first name, well, a handle basis. But you just weren't there for the last job for whichever reason.
Really like, too scared to leave my house or something.
I mean, if the crash maybe happened not that long ago, maybe you were just like, you know, resting up between crashes and driving again.
Yeah, that could also work. Yeah.
I mean, Sasha, if you want to flesh out some of your background, feel free.
No, I was just feeling a little inadequate there. Because Alan was like just rambling off his whole backstory, and I was like, oh, me made somebody mad. That was mine.
I think maybe I thought too much about this.
No.
Isn't half of all of our stories about making someone pissed off?
Yeah, it's Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cyberpunk. Nope.
Yep.
Nobody gets a happy ending, and everybody pisses everybody else off.
You're runners, you're running from something, so it makes sense.
Exactly.
Although, Fallon isn't really running from someone.
No, she's more running for subscribers.
Yeah, well, I'm a influencer, so yeah, I'm more
Everybody loves
kind of like going along for the ride.
Disgusting corpo.
I mean, you do have the agriculture sector who's after you for some reason.
That was my favorite.
Big beef. Big beef has beef with you.
That was my favorite backstory. As goofy as it is, I love it.
I just have these visions of being chased around by a really angry Ronald McDonald.
Oh my god.
So after your last job, you're all kind of enjoying your downtime, doing the thing that brings you comfort. So for Triggerman, what is the thing that brings you comfort?
Definitely engaging in various vices.
Because yours was money and bitches, right?
Yeah, substance abuse, women of low class. Just whatever he can do.
Was yours stupor then? Yeah. What brings you
Sorry,
comfort?
what was that?
What brings you comfort was your stupor.
Actually, what brings me comfort is safety, because like I always try to bring a weapon of some kind with me, no matter what.
Right. Because just when you're saying like drugs and stuff, that would be stupor then, because it's just numbing the reality.
I guess that does make a little bit more sense.
If you're wanting to go that kind of narcotics route that you keep talking about.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll switch my what brings me comfort to stupor. That makes more sense.
So, Temcom, what was your what brings you comfort?
Tech. I'm trying to perfect at least one tech to not get me cyber psychosis.
So is it?
Oh.
Sorry, was it safety, family, stupor, excitement? Is the excitement then? Because the excitement of developing stuff.
Yep. Yes, it is.
So do you have like a workshop that you're in, or is it like a public facility you go to, or what?
You know what? I do like a public facility, because you never know.
So it's like a shared communal area where all these gadgeteers and tinkerers and techies gather to show
You know
off their
what?
drones.
No, I go to the Corpo's techie garage and just mess with their stuff. I mean, what the hell are they gonna do to me?
Yeah, because you're not still with the corp, are you?
Sorta. I still have the IDs and everything. I never gave them back.
So you're still like a registered employee. You're just kind of doing your own thing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So you go to their like labs, testing facilities, whatever, and just start mucking around. Did we see which corpo it was you were working for?
Wasn't other one.
SMK is the Japanese one. They do like electronics and stuff. Metex is like engineering. And
That one.
energy. Yeah,
That one.
Metex.
Medtech.
Yeah, the one you just robbed. Oh yeah, because it was your
Well,
contact that got you in. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I did. Ironic.
Okay, yeah, so you spend your downtime tinkering away and blowing things up. What about you, Sasha? What's your comfort? What do you do in your downtime?
Safety. I'm guessing.
So do you actively avoid illegal activities in your downtime then?
Yeah, she just, huddles up in a corner somewhere in the fetal position and no, she just reads a book or something. Do books still exist?
Well, I mean, maybe that's like your hobby, like you like the old style physical books.
Oh yeah, we established that. She's into like retro stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so your apartment's covered in little bobblehead toys, actual dusty books, real mirrors.
Like 6 different toasters.
VCRs and all that kind of stuff, just lying there piled up, never getting used.
It's basically describing my real life house.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
And Fallon, what is your comfort? What do you do in your downtime?
Well, I like to do videos, so I like to do like, me.
What is your actual comfort on your sheet say? Is it safety?
Excitement is my comfort, so basically about me and, I'm doing my advertisements. That gives me great comfort.
Okay, so getting on stream, being live, interacting with your subscribers and stuff like that.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
He just says after things.
Hey guys, it's your girl Fallon here.
It's funny because Laura doesn't watch like any streamers.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you probably should now to like.
I do watch the makeup ones, so
They're a little different from live streamers though.
Yeah, that's very different.
That's another thought actually. Would you like be on your own stream, or would you have like a virtual avatar to do the stream for you?
it depends. She's a wee bit of ego in there, so she likes to be like her face there. So she's like, it's like her face.
But when you're streaming, obviously your runs, you've got hide identities, so you're not like tracked and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
She obviously live streams the runs. Okay, Fallon, so you're there, leant back, you've got all the AR things floating around you and you're flicking through them, checking all your analytics and making sure your social media is all up to date. And you have an incoming call from Fox, who is your fixer.
Hey, Fox.
Very small icon. Yes, you see the visual of Fox's face, which is this V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask, but it's kind of like a plastic or metallic facade that's got instead of a face now. You can just see the glint of the cyber eyes behind the eye slots on the mask. And he speaks, or they speak, in that androgynous, slightly digital kind of tone that they have for a voice. Fallon, I trust your last job went well. The Yakuza haven't kicked up shit about it, which usually means that they're satisfied.
Fast and efficient. You know me.
You'll recall last time we spoke, I mentioned that the corps were clamping down on a lot of political activists just now. That work's starting to filter through. Now, most of it is wet work, and I know that's not really your crew's speciality. So I do have one job in that line for you. It doesn't involve, spilling any blood, or it doesn't need to, if you're interested.
Interested.
I'll send you the contact details for the client. It's a woman named Rosalind. I think she'll probably want to meet you at the 4 Stars Hotel. I'll send you the contact details over a text message.
Cool, thanks.
This is the signs out. Okay, so do you want to call the others and tell them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call them.
So for each of you, you get a call coming in from Fallon, and it's a conference call for all of you.
Hello, crew.
Sup? Got another job for us?
Yep. We have to go to the 4-star hotel, and it's wet work. And
Sorry, it's not.
Rosalind.
Sorry, it's not wet work.
It's not wet work. Okay. And it's Rosalind that we need to speak to. So, if we can all just head there by lunchtime, 12.
What do I know about the 4-star hotel? If there's any word on the street about it?
It's a decidedly mid-tier hotel. It is not luxury. It is not down in the worst parts of the sprawl. Your average citizen might go there as a kind of vacation, because the rooms are a bit bigger than the little cube cell rooms that they live in.
Fair enough, okay.
Okay,
so yeah, I guess we go.
You're going to go, Fallon. Are you taking everyone with you, or?
Yes. Let's take everyone.
Crowded room.
I could wait in the car.
Okay, so you arrive at the hotel, you just come up to the desk and you have the name, Rosalind, and they direct you up to room 312. They say you're expected there. When you get up to the floor, the third floor that 312 was on, it is decked out in security guards. And these are very obviously corporate security guards, although they are not wearing an emblem or sigil denoting which corporate or security firm they belong to. They're just like black outfits.
Ooh, unbranded.
That seemed better.
Yeah, so they're not going to stop you or anything like that. They just keep an eye on you, and as you approach room 312, where there's 2 guards standing outside front, they do stop you and ask, what's your business here? Who are you?
We've come to see Rosalind.
He tilts his head slightly, and that's an indication that he's having a mind communication with someone. And a few moments later, he says, "All right, you can go in." And the door slides open, and it's just a bog standard middle grade kind of a hotel room. There's nothing particularly special about it. Like I said, it's a little better than the cell apartments most wage slaves live in. but it's not opulent by any means. Sat in the desk in the middle of the room is a woman in a red dress, short clipped black hair. She doesn't seem particularly augmented, although her skin has a slightly kind of synthetic quality to it. You can see in the light.
Rosalind, and I reach out my hand to him.
Oh, there's quite a crowd of you.
Yeah, I brought the crew.
I go and sit on the couch, judge every last thing I see.
Sorry, is Tencom like she usually is, with the pure full gas mask and all that stuff?
I mean, she can have it off right now. I mean, would that be bad though, or be suspicious, or?
It's not suspicious. I mean, you look like a runner when you're done up like that.
Oh, yeah, I take off the mask because I don't want to be too suspicious.
So you're a little more casual.
Yeah, got my little...
So, Rosalind, we hear you have a job for us, but folks had, confirmed this today.
Yes, I'm to understand you're not in the business of assassinations and other wet work.
No, we're not.
Yes, very well then. I represent some corporate interests who are interested in, so I would say, a troublesome political activist. This person works for the People's Democratic Rights Alliance, and they've been causing some concerns to our interests. So for the job we would like to hire you for, we would like you'll need to break into the local sprawl government personnel files to locate their address, and we'd like you to kidnap this person and then put them up for ransom with the local sprawl council. However, once that's been made public, and we do want it to be extremely public, we have a drop-off point in the wasteland where we would like you to deliver him to. And that is the job in its entirety. Should be quite simple for you.
Okay. Do you have any other information about this person?
Yes, of course, you can find it all here in this data file, and through AR she slides you over a personnel file. It's got the person's picture, it's got some basic biometrics, some family details, the registered place of work, although it doesn't have a home address, and obviously their name and stuff.
Okay. Do you have any good disguises as well for us?
I'm sorry. Fox led me to believe that you were professionals and you could handle such matters yourselves.
Yeah. Usually, sometimes we get the company to give us anything, some high-tech equipment to deal with that.
Yes, that won't be the case today. No, I'm offering a standard contract payment of 2 creds ahead for this job.
That's a little bit low. Can we say 4? Can I do the roll?
Yes, you could do a roll. So remember, tell me if you're doing any cyber to this.
Is it D6 for the roll? Yeah, just D6 1.
1 D6 is standard unless you want to use some of your cybers.
Yeah, I'll just use the pheromones.
Okay. How many ranks you got in pheromones? Is just 1?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 extra dice, so 2 dice. Okay, so you're going to gain an edge because the 5 is the highest one. So, well, we're not willing to pay that much extra when the job doesn't entail, activities that are too illegal. How about I give you 3 creds per head then?
I need to discuss with my crew. Everyone, I like gather you round. Is 3 creds fine?
Yeah.
Okay, so just so I have this, we're supposed to make a show of kidnapping and holding this guy for ransom,
Correct.
and then rather than actually delivering him on payment, we're actually going to deliver him to a spot in the wasteland, right?
Correct.
Do we want upfront payment?
That actually might help because I'm still a little fucked up from the last one.
So I ask her, the terms of the deal would be upfront, creds, and it would be 3 creds.
All right. Since we're negotiating, I'll give you 1 cred each up front, and the other 2 upon completion of the job.
2 creds upfront.
No, that's not negotiable.
Actually, that would still work. That would still help me out. The one
What mine?
now.
Can you advise where we're gonna get where we're picking up the other two creds each from?
Once the kidnapping and the ransom has been made public, I shall message Mr. Fox with the details of the drop point location, and upon delivery there, you will receive payment.
Please do.
I give Triggerman my credit.
Oh, okay.
I don't need that much. I get enough.
Sure.
That's quite nice. Thanks. Is there any other questions that anyone else wants to ask?
I assume that you don't have a problem with us collecting the ransom money anyways, but still dropping off the guy with you guys?
Yes, that makes no difference to my company at all.
Fair enough.
Do you know what kind of security the target has?
As a government official, obviously his personal details are mostly kept confidential. I can imagine at his rank of council member, there is some light security involved.
And this guy's like a sprawl official. He's not like city official.
Yes, Sproul city official, that's what it would be. Public services, rather than the private sector, if you can imagine that in this day and age.
Wow, okay, so yeah, he's a big fish, but not anywhere close to the biggest fish.
Yes, he's more meddlesome than anything else.
Do
Fair
you
enough.
know when he usually leaves his workplace?
That would certainly be up to you and your crew to discover. We are paying you for it after all.
Yeah, that's fine. Any other questions?
Nope, I'm good.
Well, good doing business with you, and hopefully we'll get back to you shortly.
Yes, you have no strict time limit on this job, but obviously the quicker the better. And she dishes out little microchips that are used for the transaction of money.
And the agreement was 1 cred now, 2 after.
Yeah, so you get 1 each just now.
Okay, plus, for me, I had 1 cred left over from the last job, plus the one that 10Com just gave me, and then this one, I'm now up to 3 creds.
Money bags.
Yeah, richer than I've ever been in my entire life.
I don't even remember how many I had last time. It might.
You have the same as me. You have 2 creds left.
What? No. She's
It's in 1 cred from last time, and then
2
1
now,
cred
yes.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last job paid us 3, and I think we all kind of spent 2 to wipe away like harm or edge or whatever.
Yeah, Sasha liked her heat because she had like 5 heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hacking
Yeah, I
the
was trying to
biscuit.
remember.
I got rid of all my
stuff reset.
I got rid of all my edge, and then I didn't have enough to pay for like a doctor to heal my harm.
Yeah, I remember that.
But hey, that's fixed now, so or will be.
Okay, where do we want to start this now, and we can go to the government office?
Well, I need to get fixed. I need to hit the docks like first, so I'll plus pick up some party favors for the job. But pick me up whenever.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I need to just be in like costume.
Yeah, we should see about disguises and any other kind of like equipment we might need to take with us.
I have quite a few disguises, so people can use some of mine.
Well, what you do is, again, like last time, you just choose loadout for the mission. Once you're done your sort of intel gathering stage, and then you can just decide while you're on the mission what each of your loadout slots are.
Yeah. I mean, as far as loadout goes, I'm gonna go with the heavy loadout. Feel like I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need to decide that right now.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm gonna go to the docks and hopefully wipe out my harm.
So you want to go to visit Meats?
Yeah, meat.
The cyber surgery. Here we go. I'd usually want to go along with Triggerman to Meats first. Then.
I'll go.
I'm assuming Goose is driving you all anyway, since he's a driver.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would probably take you, but probably wait in the car. Just I think I would just have like a habit of just always wait in the car in case something goes wrong. So.
Which has a habit of doing, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so Meats, as we described, is kind of, it used to be a butcher's, and it's been scored out in the front, and there's this like hazy, malfunctioning neon sign hanging out front. And then Meats himself, his right hand is perfectly normal and organic, but he has no left arm, and his left arm is just a mess of mechandrite tendrils with all these different medical apparatus tools on the end of them, like laser scalpel, a little chainsaw, bone saw, regular scalpel, scissors, needle injections, all that kind of stuff. And then he's got like one massive, very obvious augmented eye, which has a kind of orange light. And inside the orange light, you can see like 3 other little eyes twirling around and adjusting different spectrums. And as you arrive, like you just walk in, the door like opens. He's got an assistant who's always just like dosed out on some fucking drug or other in the corner. He himself is over there, and he's got these like long, pale greenish plastic robes on that are covered in blood, and he's like sawing away at someone on a table who's unconscious.
Oh goodness.
Trigger is completely unfazed by this. This is just another Tuesday.
Yeah, and when you enter, the door has a bell, just like a normal kind of bodega or corner shop would have as well. So it rings when you come in.
10 isn't. I mean, look at all this old dead tech.
Yeah, so it was ding ding when you walk in, and he like turns around, and this like spurt of blood fires behind him as he turns around. Who's that there?
Mate. It's just me and some friends.
Oh, you guys again. And he turns back to the quote unquote.
You still haven't upgraded that?
Reliability is key, my friend. That's much better than some of this newer crap that's floating around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just want to tie you into like an annual subscription fee. I prefer just a one-off purchase. And like the whatever he was sawing just kind of like snaps and falls off to the side on the floor, and he reaches down with his good hand to pick it up and put it back on the table. So
Yeah, so was just looking to get fully patched up since I didn't have the cash last time.
alright, give me 1 second. And as he's like turning to look at you, one of these tendrils is going down and spraying some kind of foam over where this person's shoulder is. It's just like this open wound now. And he pushes himself away and kind of like glides across the room. He's got very long robes and you can't quite see his feet, but you're guessing there's some sort of cyber going on there as well. So let's take a look at you then, my boy. He's like hold you on one shoulder with his normal hand, which has a rubber glove on it and is covered in blood. And he like leans in uncomfortably close with his bionic eyes that are like clicking and swirling and adjusting beams of light on your wounds. And he's like looking at you up and down all over your body. So your harm was a bullet wound primarily, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think all three of them were bullets. Just one happened to be a little bit gnarlier than the others.
Oh yes, this is quite a simple procedure. This won't take a second. And like 3 of these tendrils come up. One of them are I don't want to say pliers, but like tongs. They kind of hum with heat, and you can see there's a slight red glow in the metal. And just before he kind of like inserts these different tools into your body, he stops and he looks you right in the face and says, "Oh, would you like something for the pain first?"
I mean, how much would that cost?
He lifts his head up and does a quick tally. It's like, I can give you something for free. I'll leave you feeling a little groggy though.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. Yeah, I'll take it.
Before you've even like finished answering, he's plunged a syringe arm into your arm and injected you with something.
And I just enjoy the ride.
That whole like upper part of your body just kind of feels numb very, very quickly. But not quick enough as he kind of like plunges the hot tongs into the wound to fish out the bullet casing. It's a little spinning and twisting of tools later, and then a sort of soft laser beam type thing on your skin to seal it up. And the wound is done.
Oh boy, thanks, Doc. Here's your credits.
I'll take over.
Like, oh, leave the money with Sally. Like you look over and this girl in this apron and stuff is just like slumped in a chair, leaning backwards, just like drooling out the side of her mouth.
I'll have what she's having.
Oh, I wouldn't advise that, my boy. Sally has a very high tolerance these days.
Hey man, I'm built different. I can handle it.
We will see. We will see. So it takes your 2 creds. And he goes back over to the table.
And then I just erased the harm, right?
Yes.
And the 2 creds, so I'm back down to 1. Okay. Yay!
I don't suppose I could interest anyone in an extra appendage by any chance, and he holds up this floppy arm that he's just removed from someone. No? Oh well, you're
No, I
lost.
definitely got my 2.
No, thank you.
No,
Oh.
thank you.
Yes. Oh well, then he just like throws it across the room, and it like hits the wall and bounces and falls in a tub marked biohazard.
I mean, that's my chore done, so whatever y'all want to do. I'm just gonna be a little woozy for the investigation, just a little bit.
Yeah, I just have to do like an effort just now, so can we just like roll to me? Hey, it's your grit and glam girl, Fallon. I got a treat for you ladies today. It's grit and glam lipstick, the new lip popping that glows in the dark. Ooh, it tells you the time. It's that time already. It glosses. Whoa! Pick up a grit and glam at any whistle top cafe and say, grit and glam.
What color is your lipstick glowing?
That
when you
was
apply it?
amazing.
Shit like that.
That's 100% an ad for a cyberpunk setting.
Imagine all this like Korean text rolling down the screen with all the sale details as you do that as well.
Like little chibi like cartoon animations in the corner going, wow! Yeah.
So I mean, it's glowing down lipstick. Is that just fluorescent or is it slightly irradiated?
It's slightly irradiated.
Okay, so it's a greenish kind of glow. I suppose it could be
Yeah.
bluish actually, depending on what element it is. Yes, it's like below the legal limit for irradiated purposes. Or at least the first juice is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if she's actually doing it, it's not going to get caught by an ad block. Because it's actually part of our stream.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so your target is this councilman called Charles Giuliano. And you just know that he works for the Sprawl Council. He's an elected representative. That's all you've got to go in at the moment. So what do you want to do first?
Did we get details of where he lives?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, to go to the government office, so I think we should go there.
So you want to go... Well, they suggested that you like hack into their personnel files and get his details.
Yeah. You're the hacker Gus, aren't you?
No, I'm just driving.
No, it's Sasha's
Chris?
the hacker.
I'm the hacker.
Yeah, you're the hacker. I give you the details that she's given.
I mean, Sasha would know that because it's a government building. If you want to hack into it, you need to get into the host first of all.
So, yeah.
Usually requires physically being present at the geographic location.
Okay, so do you want to just like go into the building?
I'm going to say though, if you don't want to do that, you can also like deep dive by like jacking in properly and going through cyberspace and just doing it that way.
What's your preference?
I think we should go in. Shouldn't be that difficult.
As in the deep dive?
Oh, I meant to go physically into the building.
Right, okay, cool.
Okay, so the government office building is like a single administrative building where we told that kind of stuff. It's in the sort of western part of the sprawl. It's a fairly large building. I mean, it's nothing compared to the arcologies of the megacorps, which take up huge chunks of the city. But that's obviously a display of like their power over, you know, the public sector. And although, I mean, the sprawl is mostly run by private sector services and utilities, but they all have contracts, at least in paper, with the administration. But of course, this whole process is highly corrupt. Yeah, so just like they described, it's lightly guarded. There's some security detail, but it's a public building, so you're supposed to be
Do
able to
we-
enter it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So we just walk in.
Yeah, I mean, you can walk in if you want. So, like
I
security.
think we
you got-
should get like her backstory, what we're gonna say, to get into these, to get to those offices. So, let's think about what we're gonna do, before we go in.
So, any ideas?
I thought we could be auditors. Or do what we did the last time and be like, well, I suppose we were auditors, weren't we?
yeah,
the
you're
last
going to
time?
blag your way in.
Yeah,
Okay, just the two of you going in, or what?
I think like we should all go in. Because if and should do this sort of half and half again. Because if we fail, then the other people, can go in. Like maybe we should do it that way. What do you think? Or
Yeah.
do you think we should just go in together?
So I mean,
all
this
together?
this is really just gathering intel part of it. It's not like a full job, so you're not going to like load out and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, if you two just want to go in just to get this one bit of information, that's fine.
Well, the question is, who do you exactly need?
Well, we need the hacker, don't we?
Well,
Or what we could actually do is just like, could I not negotiate chat, as in, like to get the address, not having to hack in to get the address.
I mean, you could blag the way in the building for 2 or 3 of you if you want, and then you could try doing the administrative route while Sasha tries to like hack in illegally. I mean, you might also want Tencom to bypass
Yeah.
any locks or stuff like that, or drones
Yeah,
that
that
you
might-
might.
Yeah.
I was
That
thinking
actually work.
Tencom might have some spy gadgets or something.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a full job, but this is gathering intel bit, so this should be pretty straightforward for you guys anyway. Okay, Fallon, so the first part is just getting in through the security at the start. You go into the lobby, they have like a metal detector, an x-ray machine, ID scans and stuff like that. Now, for those of you who have a corporate background, that's not really a problem because you'll have like a citizen ID. But if you don't have a corporate background, i.e. Sasha, you may have a little more problem because you won't have an actual ID to get in there. So this is where Fallon comes in with just bullshitting her way in.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I just need to scan IDs for the 3 of you before I can let you in, please. And he scans yours, which just checks out right away because you're a corporal.
Yeah, this is my assistant. She's forgotten her ID. And it's gonna take her like hours to go all the way back from where she's from
She forgot
to
her.
get her ID.
She forgot her biometric implant.
Well, yes. Hers was broken, but she got a card, this biometric card, because she was in an accident. So.
What does Sasha's appearance look like?
She's got like gear on her face. But yeah, she's activist. She was corpo, and then they did stuff that she didn't like. It might be very old and messed about with, but she'll have an ID. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just roll. Just try without that.
That's only one dice. You don't get to add it afterwards, remember?
Damn.
She says, well, let's scan her anyway. He goes to scan Sasha. And the ID comes up, and you can see on his AR display it's kind of flashing orange as a warning that she's been flagged. And Sasha, you know your past, so you know that any kind of official building is going to be marked as like a no entry for you. So what would you like to do at that point?
I'm a citizen, damn it. I have rights.
She's my assistant. She's changed her ways. She's working with my marketing on the grit and glam. If you look through my stats, I'm clean. I've always I'm influencer. You can see all all my videos and everything. Like,
Look at Kelly, an influencer.
do you want to be in a video?
So did Sasha or
with me?
Tencom want to quickly do something before he has time to really react to the information he's receiving? Dr. Leanne. So I mean, you could try and quickly hack his device and change the information he's seeing, for instance.
Well, I mean, is he distracted listening to her spiel?
I suppose a little, yeah.
So maybe I can do something quickly.
Is there anything broken on him, or like, well?
There won't be anything broken on him, no. He'll have like cyberware, so he's got like an implant. He's got cyber eyes and ears for processing information and checking IDs and stuff like that. He'll definitely be like armed. He'll have a firearm.
I don't know if the
think
side.
Alan should request the manager. Pull the Karen card.
Who, me?
No.
I was just thinking as
Are
a
you
hacker.
talking about me? Yeah, I want to speak to like a manager.
Well, I mean, you already failed to convince them, so we're dealing with the consequences of that still. So if either the two of you want to hack something, or I don't know, fidget with a gadget or something.
Yeah, I was gonna try to hack whatever like console he's at.
Yes.
I'm gonna try. Well, I can't because I have to touch his gun, and he may freak out.
I'm feeling faint. I'm feeling really faint. I'm gonna collapse.
Well, let's go for the hack first. That's the most straightforward. So 1 dice for your skill, other dice if you want to apply a cyber.
Let's see. What do I have? Security protocol check.
Yeah, this hack and check. Yep.
We'll use that.
So 2d6. Okay, so you don't gain any edge because your 6 was higher. It is illegal though, so you do gain a heat. Oh, but yes, his public sector, very low investment in their security, especially the cyber security. You know, somebody must have just done this on the weekend and just slapped it off as a job for them. You can you can break into his device extremely easily and have like full control of it.
So, can I just, I don't know, program something to send us all this guy's information?
Yeah, you just spoof the information to falsify it. Yeah, so on this display at least. Yes, so it flickers orange, and then you get in the cyberspace and you change the file display around, and it lights up green. And it's like, oh, that was odd, but yeah, I suppose that's fine. Okay, we'll move along. There's a queue. So you just get in past the lobby. What now?
No, too.
So there's escalators, elevators, taking you up in the building. It's a large reception desk, which is what I do.
Let's check the deck.
So behind the desk is an automated drone receptionist. The upper half of the body is just a synthetic woman. Synthetic skin, cyber eyes, very obvious. So it directs you to an AR display if you would prefer to just self-serve, while you're here and where you're going. Or you can address the drone itself for that next personal touch.
What do you think, guys?
Let's go manual.
Okay, so the drone kind of rolls up to the very edge of the desk. It has this fake blue suit jacket on. Synth hair that's like shady, the kind of off-coloured golden blonde. And this very unnerving sort of synthetic look to its cyber eyes. Although they're trying to look human, they're kind of cheap. Greetings, welcome to the City Administration Building. How may I help you today?
Well, we're auditors.
Please specify.
We're auditors of Social Security.
Tilts its head. It's like checking. No audit is scheduled for today. Please present your biometric identification.
One moment. I gather everyone.
He goes, of course, and then it starts to hum.
Right, what's the plan?
Wait, I thought you had a plan.
Yeah, well, you have to have the plan too. Like, come on.
Okay, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? What are we looking for?
Can you try and do you think, like, I noticed that she's got, cheap eyes and stuff like that. Do you think, like, maybe her being just the admin, that she might be easy to hack?
Look at Sasha.
Sorry, I'm distracted by something.
I guess that's a no.
So I mean, Tencom, you know as well as being hackable. If you could get into the physical part of the drone, you could like hack it in a physical sense. If you don't do it remotely through cyberspace, at least.
Yeah, I'm not good at hacking though.
Sorry. So what are we after here? Like information on the guy that we're trying to...
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, but we can't ask that at the front desk.
I mean, an admin.
Or we
Admin's
can ask.
not going to be too tough to hack.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping that you would see.
And they're not going to care that much about their job.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Okay. So, how do we go through this? As in, she is, you know, robot. So,
Uh,
I'm trying to find where his office is and not him. Or,
well, if Tencom's the like tech guy, can he like physically do something to the robot to get access?
listen, if you want to call me daddy, fine, but I'm a female also.
Okay.
Yeah, she could physically like rewire and get into the circuits and that kind of stuff, yes. Doing it without being noticed is another matter.
All right, yeah, I can do that. She can do that. We can do that.
Okay, so there's this big semicircular desk that the drone is behind. You could jump over the desk, you could go around the sides of it. There are a couple of security guards in the lobby here with you. Everything's quite open view. There's some plant pots and couches, but that's the extent of furniture.
Oh, so they're seeing what I'm doing?
If you leapt over the desk, they would probably notice you, yes.
Okay, so when I leap over, like, hey man, this thing's all messed up. It's all recalibrated and stuff.
Okay, so you want to leap over and when they approach, just bullshit them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you leap over the desk. All the lighting behind the desk turns red, and the drone like spins around 180 degrees. It says, "Madam, you are not permitted in this area."
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a fault of habit. Every time I see something needs fixed, I always just hop to it and I jump back.
And one of the security guards starts walking over towards you three.
Sorry about that, sir. Fault of habit. I'm a techie. Every time I see something wrong, I always just hop to it and just get to it.
Okay, I understand, ma'am, but you know, there are some areas of the building you can't be in. Is there somewhere you three need to be that I could perhaps point you in the right direction?
Matter of fact, yes. Where's the maintenance? So I can tell them.
Sure, take the left elevator there and go down one floor.
Thank you. And I go and I wink at them. I'm like,
Have we considered just asking about this guy?
Well, the security guard's still right there. You can do that.
are we not going to take it like, we don't want to pure ask because it might connect us with him? We don't want to be, connected.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say to him? Because he's standing there literally waiting for you to tell him why you're here.
Oh, I'm just going to the bathrooms. Where's that?
He looks at the very clearly highlighted and signposted signs to the bathroom beside the elevators, and he's like, there.
I've not got the best device, so yeah.
And he looks at your cyber eyes. Just kind of scratches his head a little.
I'm sorry, those look like gendered bathrooms.
Yeah, they do.
Oh no, none of them are gendered.
Well, in that case, I don't want to be in the bathroom with a boy.
You can go up to the second floor, and there are gendered facilities.
Okay, that would be great. Let's do that.
Okay, so you're going up to the second floor in the bathroom, and Tencom's going down to maintenance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're just going on the left, so we could just go
So you're all
down
going together
to
somewhere. Okay, so where are you
yeah.
This is like a quick in and out. Come on.
Well, I think we should go to somewhere that has like a, the nearest computer or something. That's got a computer or a tablet or something.
Okay, so I mean,
that's
Sasha
lying
only
around.
needs a terminal if she's going to jack in. If you're just hacking, you can do that in AR anywhere within the building.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have Wi-Fi, I'm sure.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is like universal.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can just connect, and if we're in the bathroom, it'll be obviously semi-private.
Yeah, so he's going to that bathroom. This bathroom is completely empty just now. No one's using it.
Yeah, I put that out. There's that out of order sign. I just put it on the
Sure,
door.
you take it out from behind the door, and put it out front. Okay, fine. Right, okay, so you want to hack in now. So you bring up your AR display. You can see the host around you, laid out on your overlay. And you can see like the security node, a bunch of different data nodes, which will host different data information. Security node, which controls all the drones and ICE programs and security programs and stuff like that. There's very, very light cyber security here. You figure there might be one hacker person in charge of the whole thing just now, so sneaking around shouldn't be too difficult.
So who is it that we're looking for information on? What's this?
Charles Giuliano, I think they were.
Yeah, Charles Giuliano.
Right, so I'll just basically initiate a search for this guy.
Yeah, so you run a quick search and you find very quickly one of the data nodes which is related to city official personnel, and it's got all their like private data into it. So you need to bust into this node to grab the data file, which is a hack.
Can I use my security protocol? Can I use my neural implant? Would that, I mean,
For
would
busting in, you're going to use your hacking.
Yeah.
For like actually searching through the data to find the file you need, you would use the processor.
Okay, so does that give me two dice to roll?
Yeah, sure, let's do it that way. Well, I have to use both of them so you get 2 extra dice. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
got 6 anyway.
I got it, yeah.
Okay, so your heat will go up because you're hacking in, that's illegal.
Yeah.
But yes, you crack into that easy. This is really shoddy, cheap contract
Government
work.
work.
Yeah. They're not even trying. You get in there, sift through the files very easily. Only takes you a few microseconds, and you're able to pull up all the personal details you need on this guy. You can see his work schedule. You can see where his office is. You can see security detail assigned to that office. You can see what projects he's involved with. You can see how much he gets paid, how much he pays in tax, where
Do we have,
donations
like,
came from.
His home address and stuff.
Yeah, home address, family details, all that malarkey, contact phone number.
Okay, does it tell us when he finishes work usually?
Yes, his whole schedule is here. You can get like his actual appointment rota.
Right, so where is he now? We want to know where he is now. So,
Right now, he is in the building, up in his office, up on the 26th floor.
I think we shouldn't like kidnap him in the government building. Let's wait until let's just like track him and then get our opportune moment.
yeah, find out, like, figure out when he leaves and when he's likely to exit the building. Of course,
Yeah.
if it has security, it'll have his the times that he clocks in and enters the building and exits the building.
Yeah, so do you
Yeah.
want to leave like a little program in there of your own to like just alert you
Yeah,
when
that's
things
like
change?
gonna beep when he's
Or in
Let
case
us know
it
when you
goes off schedule, because you have your schedule already, but it'll let you if anything changes.
Yeah, we'll basically flag him up, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll just let you plan that because you got the 6 anyway. That's fine. Yes, so you got the information you came for. Goose, you're sat outside. What kind of vehicle do you drive just like normally around the place?
Yeah, normally I think I would probably have something fairly discreet, like a 4-seater sedan. Is that something fast but not obvious, you know?
Okay, like a standard civilian kind of vehicle, but with a good engine performance.
Yeah.
You really did spend a lot of time doing that.
Yeah, sorry, we got kind of off track.
Yeah, good. So, I mean, nobody's going to pay much attention to you sitting outside in a vehicle like that, especially when it's a public building, everyone's going to and fro. And you've got Triggerman sat in the car beside you, kind of spaced out and groggy. And you get a ping from the SC team telling them that they've actually got the information that they came for. I don't know, are you also telling them that the guy's in the building just now?
Oh yeah, we're definitely sharing our information.
Yeah.
So now that you've got pretty much all the detail you really need on the guy, what kind of approach do you want to take to the actual job itself?
I mean, the job was to make the kidnapping and ransoming as public as possible. They said that once they think it's public enough, that's when they'll send the coordinates for the drop off.
So in terms of plan, your choice approaches are a kind of all-out frontal assault, very obvious. Deception, which is luring, tricking, manipulating, lying your way in. Stealth, sneaking in, unseen. Social, going in through a contact or, a social kind of approach, bargaining or whatever. Or transport, if you were going to, I don't know if it might come on deceit or not. I don't think transport would really apply.
My vote's for deceit.
Yeah, the getting in is the important part. But once we are in like that, then we can just kind of go all out and make a show of it. But
Yeah, I thought the best thing would be before he gets sent to his house, and we can just nab him then.
Oh, get him while he's on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that might be transport. It depends.
It's kind of like a mix of transport or all-out assault, to be honest.
So I mean, do you want to? Yeah, I mean, all-out assault is attacking his transport and grabbing him. Deception would be pretending you're his transport and tricking him into it, maybe, or luring him down an alley or something like that. Or the transport approach, I guess, would be just kind of hijacking.
I like that second one. Lure him to an alley.
Basically anything that doesn't involve stealth.
Doesn't involve stealth.
Yeah, we're the noisemakers. I know that's not a group name. I'm just saying.
Well, that and the job literally asks us to make a little bit of noise. So.
Public, yeah.
Okay, so we're thinking deception. You're going to lure his transport somewhere where you can then grab him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the method of deception is what I need to know.
Oh God.
So what's the method? Are you going to stand in the road with a fake sign that says this way? Are you going to hack into the computer? Are you going to use the techie to reroute the controls on the vehicle? What do you want to do?
Can we
do all
mess with
three?
the sat nav?
I vote for the fact that like Goose is going to be like the driver, and then we can have like someone being like the escort into the car kind of route. What
No.
do you think? No.
I don't know. I think if anything, like if okay, first things first, is his usual transport like? Does he actually have like a flesh and blood, driver, or is it like an automated car just to take him home?
Most cars are automated. He has a flesh and blood driver because that is his security guard.
Let's kidnap the driver.
Sure. What kind
Yeah.
of driver does he have?
Yeah, let's do that, and then
Okay,
that
so
means like Goose could be the driver, and then it's like it's all normal kind
Method
of
of
thing.
deception then is switching out the drivers. Everyone good with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure,
We'll knock out the driver.
So we're basically gonna plant a fake driver. One of us is gonna pretend to be his driver.
Yeah, Sasha, that's a great idea. You do that.
Okay, what loadout are you all going with?
Just kidding.
You can have a light, standard, or heavy.
I'm definitely going heavy.
Now you get 2 extra slots for free, remember?
Yeah.
So you could go normal and still have more slots than a regular heavy would.
I'll still go heavy. I don't know. I feel like this one's gonna need a couple tricks.
Okay, so you're gonna have 7 slots.
Yeah.
Am I right in thinking that Sasha has 3 edge just now as well? Because that's what I had marked down last time.
I wasn't sure, but that sounds right.
Yeah, because you reduced your heat, you didn't reduce your edge, so you have 3 edge just now. But you've been lucky so far because it hasn't gone up at all.
Alright, so I'm going standard. Got my tool belt and
Okey doke.
top
I'm also
and
going standard.
Yeah, I think a standard as well. I don't want to weigh myself down too much.
Yeah, is there a like what's the balance on? Is there a point to take in light?
If you go light, you're not obvious, you're discreet. Anybody looking at you is not going to think you're carrying anything. If you're going standard, you're carrying something, but that might be
Right.
not too out of place. And if you're going heavy, they're like, what the hell is he carrying all that shit for? Why has he got a
I'm
rocket
gonna
launcher in his
go-
back? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go light because I've already got 5 slots. Because I've got that.
The perk, yes.
Yeah. So
Makes
I'm gonna
sense.
go light. So I think at least one person should go light. So
Well, and it makes sense too because you're the face and looking
Yeah.
all like corporate and stuff.
I'm going to say Goose, because you're replacing the driver, going standard, it's probably not noticeable anyway, because he is a guard and he would be packing some sort of firearm
Yeah,
or
I was
something.
thinking
Anyway.
the guard would be armed, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't look out of place for him anyway. That's perfect. The other downside is like if you're heavy and you're sneaking, you're like slower and noisier, whereas somebody's light is kind of better at sneaking around as well, but that's the balances. Okay, so we're going to go for engagement roll. I think since Goose is the primary method here, he's going to make the roll. So if you can roll 2 dice for me, Goose.
Sure, sick.
Oh, you aced it. Okay. Yeah, so you know the
Nice.
schedule. You know when he's coming and going. You've managed to subdue. And what are you doing with the security guard? Are you going to like just change his schedule? Are you just going to like knock him out and hide him?
I think changing schedule is probably easiest, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, so you just like put in a little note in the schedule saying that he's like off duty, someone else is going to be doing that day. Goose, you just show up in his place with a similar looking kind of outfit. The guy is too busy scanning something in AR when he approaches the car. He doesn't even pay attention to what you look like. He obviously is like completely oblivious. He gets in the back of the vehicle. You get in the driver's seat and you take off. So where are you taking him?
Well, we need to do something public, so I guess... Do we want to take him somewhere, like, fairly visible that we can make a show of this? Or do we just want to take him somewhere and, like, knock him out and then, like, make it public after the fact?
Yeah, I think like probably like the second one because anyone could grab him. We don't want to be like in a pure public place where if he's going, "Oh, help me, I forgot me," then we're like, "Oh, all these people start like running after us." But then like, no, let's not do that. Let's do what you said. The second one seems, I would say, logical.
Okay, do we have somewhere that we can like store him in the meantime that I can drive to?
One could Fallon like stream his kidnapping? That would be pretty public.
Yeah, but I don't
Ooh.
want to. I don't want to. It would have to. We'd have to hack into like what's called another person's what's called
Just
not
do an
my
anonymous.
yeah anonymous,
An anonymous stream.
Yeah.
not my local.
Well, I'm assuming you have your runner stream that's separate for anonymous because you don't want people tracking you when you're doing illegal activities anyway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't want that connect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you have like a secure one that you use for that stuff anyway.
Can we hack another person's?
But as I'm saying, you have a secure one you use an alternate account.
Yeah, for your running.
Yeah, but then what's called that might come back to bite me.
Well, that's always the chance
Yeah.
to make it back to bite you, but you already have that set up because you did it in the last round as well.
We are literally kidnapping a government official. There's no way this doesn't somehow, some way,
Plus-
cause people to shoot at us.
Plus, she could be like an innocent bystander who just happened to catch it.
Oh, I could play that. Yeah, I could play like the innocent bystander.
Like we could set it up so
Imagine.
that
Okay, so
you
where?
just happen to catch him getting kidnapped. Oh no!
Yeah, so where are you taking the guy, Goose?
Yeah, what do we have access to? Do we have like a secure location, or do we just like take him under a bridge somewhere and then we like knock him out?
You just have access to whatever's kind of in your background or falls under your lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, if no one else has a better suggestion, we could just take him somewhere like quiet under a bridge or whatever, where there's no obvious security surveillance, and just knock him out.
Yeah, just hit him with
Yeah.
a Z.
Yeah.
Somewhere sort of nondescript, so it's going to be harder to trace.
Then we can throw him into like your vehicle, and we could just joyride or take him to wherever we're gonna make this public.
I think maybe like we take him under a bridge somewhere, like we knock him out, then maybe make the video of us bundling him into another car and then like setting the official car on fire or something.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so you get under the bridge, you take him there, and as you're approaching, it's like, wait a minute, driver, where the hell are we going?
There's very heavy roadworks in the area, sir. We need to change route today.
But this neighborhood, of all places?
We'll only be here for a moment.
Wait a minute, I don't recognize that voice.
The usual driver couldn't manage today, sir. He's not well.
He starts like scrolling like he's going to check his calendar. Sasha, you can see activity on his device and see that he's like scrolling through and checking to see what driver's supposed to be there today.
And I've already messed with it, so it's correct.
Imagine now you're an activist and you're anti-corp and all that kind of stuff, right?
That is correct.
So while he's doing that, you also have all his data files open, that kind of stuff, and you're just perusing it the way a hacker would do. And you notice there's some a series of unusual financial transactions in his accounts, and you can see that he's secretly been donating to the People's Democratic Rights Alliance, which is an anti-corp civilian rights alliance. So he is not only proposing bills on their behalf, but he's like an actual card carrying member.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh, that's
He's a
complex.
secret. So he's a secret activist.
Yes.
Well, obviously, I share this information with my comrades.
What?
Two of which are corpos.
Fucking traitor.
Yeah, whether they care or not.
I'm like activist. Oh,
So-
you know, can you do me a favor as well, Sasha? Can you as if you've hacked into my what's called standard influence page thing? You know, like my website. It just means that it's not sus.
But that's what I was trying to convey to you before. You've got your regular stream that you do with your adverts and stuff, and then you have your runner stream, which is separate and secure, so that nobody can trace.
Okay.
Yeah. Blurs out our faces and things.
Yeah, so at this point, Goose, the guy's getting agitated, and he's like, take off your hat, show me your face.
I think at this point I should produce I'm going to say my loadout would include some kind of what options would I have to knock him out with? Do I have a stun gun or can I use some kind of
anything
hypo?
you want? And if it's something that seems a bit of a stretch of believability, we would just have a flashback scene to have you justify why you would have it. But you can pull out whatever you want.
Yeah, I think I would have probably some kind of an injector gun loaded up with a knockout drug to hit him with. So I would just produce that and go for him.
Okay, so you turn around and it's a little dart gun thing, tranquilizer. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to roll one dice for me? Do you have any cyberware that might help you shoot him?
Reflexes, would that be useful?
Okay, so you're gonna have one dice for the gear, and then the second dice is the cyberware.
Okay, so 2d6.
2d6, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so
Just to say I'm in disguise as well. Just to say.
well, we can decide that when you're actually in the scene thing. You know what I mean? Okay, so the 5 is higher. That's not your edge, so your edge is not going to go up. Yes, and he grabs at your face and pulls off whatever kind of disguise you've got in your face at that moment. He's like, I knew it, and then it's like, pew! And he's like, what the? And he clutches his neck and then just thunks and falls unconscious in the back seat. At that point, Goose, you also notice that he has a bracelet around his wrist, and you're going to recognise it as the kind of thing that's linked to a trauma team. They keep an eye on his vitals.
So would it register that he is now unconscious?
It registers he's gone suddenly from an agitated to a very relaxed state, so it's not something that would trigger an immediate response.
Oh, so he doesn't have that platinum insurance?
No, he's a city worker.
Oh, fair enough. Well, okay, that's fair.
But if you'd gone ahead and killed him then, or electrified him or something like that, it might have triggered.
That's useful information.
Yeah, that's something to watch out for.
Yeah, so he's unconscious. You make your way to the rendezvous point under this bridge in this dodgy neighbourhood in the sprawl, and the rest of you are there. So we just went in there.
Okay, so we're being paid to kidnap this guy and hand deliver him to who knows what for God knows where. But he's a good guy? What are we doing with that information, guys?
I think we should play along for now, regardless of what we're going to do in the long run. We should make it look as if we're following along with what we've been paid to do. So I think we should at least film a video of us like dragging him out of the car and then loading him up so we can. We don't necessarily have to live stream it, but we can release it later.
Sure, yeah, but
Yeah, we'll make it look good.
Yeah,
so
I mean-
we're still just gonna go ahead and kidnap him, or is that changing our plans at all?
I think like we have a job and then we have to do it.
Well, of course you would, Corpo.
Hey, shut up!
Well, we have him knocked out for now, so we should at least take him somewhere that we can release him without this coming back to us. So, I think we should,
Yeah.
at least keep hold of him for the time being. I mean, we can discuss what we're going to do with him once we've got him somewhere.
Sasha, you're totally interested in looking up what kind of bills and legislation this guy's linked to.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a dice roll, and you can use your Euro processor on that if you want as well.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so your edge will go up again. It's going to be at 4.
Yep.
Okay, you find out that he is a key legislator in the process of restoring some oversight on corporate contracts within the sprawl. It's like an anti-corruption
Oh, really?
spear point. Yeah, so this guy is like leading the way to cleaning out City Hall and restoring some oversight to how these contracts are appointed and making sure that public utilities, services and housing are at an acceptable standards and they're not just the cheapest thing the cops can get away with. But he is instrumental to it, and without him present, that legislation will not go through. Or it's highly unlikely to go through.
Curse my sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Sorry, what was the bill that he's connected to? Or was that not public knowledge?
Anti-corruption in City Hall.
Oh man.
Do we know when the bill is going to be passed? Like, how long are we expected to keep him out of the way for before this goes through?
Well, it's been in process for about 5 years now, and it is in the final critical stages. Because obviously there's been a lot of legal opposition from the corpos, but it looks like it's likely to go through, but it's in the final stages.
Well, there's no way that I can just let him not be there.
Right, so we can't go through with the job, but the problem is A, we don't get paid for, the job, and also the person that hired us has seen our faces and knows that we're not doing the job.
So can we strip him naked and dress one of you guys up as him and fake it?
That maybe. I mean, definitely not me because I look a little, weird.
I assume I've got the skills to maybe do some kind of deep fake shit.
I mean, shit.
Yeah,
with-
I guess you and also Fallon, who has video editing skills, could work together on something like that.
Yeah, I'll work with you. Even though I don't like activists, I'll work with you on that. But we got to make it real, like really, especially when we're dealing with a client and it's me on the line that's in the front, the face.
Wow, Corpo's got a heart.
popcorn.
My feelings are getting hurt.
Okay, so
Deep fake.
we're like under the bridge. Is that where?
Yeah.
So who are we gonna deep fake?
Yeah, who are we gonna deep fake? And I look really hard at Trigger.
Well, he can't deep fake me because I look too weird, and plus, we need to again make sure that he looks like he's being kidnapped and threatened. And no offense to all of you, but I'm literally, that's my job, is to be scary and vicious.
Yeah, we need the scary guy.
So
How tall is
I'm just
Goose?
gonna be waving a gun around whoever is getting deep faked. That's gonna be me.
All right, so who's tall?
Why? Well, have you got a lot of what's called? Are you have you got a lot of sort of aesthetics, or what do you look like, Tencom?
Oh, like those cosmetic mods.
So this is something I didn't touch on with Goose too much either. So you can only have like 3 cyberware, but cosmetic cyberware like hair, nails, skin, eyes, all that kind of stuff, you can have as much of that as you want for free.
Oh,
So maybe we just do Goose actually, because he's probably like
wait,
the best.
we didn't ask Goose. Goose?
I mean, I probably look the most I probably look fairly normal, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
that's
probably the best
fair
choice.
enough. But what are we actually? Which part are we deep faking? Are we deep faking him
Like,
being?
Face and yeah, we'll rough you up, I guess.
Oh
Do
god.
we do we have to do that? Can we not just then what's called have this video, and then we can just like wait till he wakes up and then basically leave him somewhere and they can find his way back,
How much credits you guys have?
I have
I'm
2
down to
credits.
1.
Damn it.
Just
Sasha?
whatever we start with in 1, I guess.
Shit. I could call a friend.
You can
Phone
always
a friend, is this?
you can always call up contacts that you have in your background.
You
too.
know who it is, but he's not gonna like it. He's gonna want to be paid. But that's up to you guys.
We know who it is?
Yes.
the guy we spoke to the last time.
Yes, the guy that we spoke to last time. Jesus.
The poor engineer who works for Matex.
Yeah. You know what? No. I have a better one. I'm gonna call Joey.
Okay, who's Joey?
Do you know?
So I had a thing in there. I was yelling at Joey because he kept going into the bathroom trying to fix his crotch because he had a super crotch 5000. And he
Okay.
didn't always leave him.
Super Crotch 5000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like constantly thrusting in the wrong direction. Okay.
Pretty fucking much.
I
Anyway.
could call Tanya. She's part of my grit and glam, so she's in the grit side. So, or we could go the glam side, but I'm thinking the grit side as in to for what's called making it look making Goose look like him.
Right, well, hang on. What's Tencom's Joey? So
He's like, I'm intrigued.
yeah, well, we never got to the end there. So Tencom's Joey, like, okay, so we get the thruster, but what you want for? What are you thinking?
Well, since I know he'll get in trouble for using tools and put them in there, using tools for personal error, that gives me leverage to use him.
Yeah, but what, are you using him as a stooge? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's a stooge as Goose. Well, not Goose. The guy that we're deep faking.
Okay, so you want him to come in and be the actor, basically.
Yeah.
Right, the stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
So what is it we're actually doing with the deep
Yeah.
faking part of the process? I mean, okay, we've got the guy and we're going to fake something, but I mean, do we want to fake having him like beating him
Why
up
can't
and
we
holding
just
him, or
why can't we just like use the guy and put some fake makeup on the guy and like make it look as if it's like that he's been battered and bruised, and then someone does like the fake kicking and stuff like that.
Well, here's my concern. If the idea is to kidnap him, if we're being asked to kidnap him and then release him after a certain amount of time, it's because they want to keep him from being present for like whatever this vote or whatever is going on. So I want him there.
Oh.
I
mean-
don't want him missing it because that'll fuck the whole thing up.
Okay, but obviously, if he appears there for the vote, they know that he's not.
They'll know that we've not
Yeah.
kidnapped him.
Yeah.
How practical is it to keep him under duress but send someone in who is deep faked to do the voting?
Why can't you just then have something that like delays the voting?
Yeah, I mean, sending someone in his
I
place.
said it.
Sorry,
I think
wait.
even said.
Just 1 second. If sending someone in his place to vote in his place is going to be substantially more difficult than
And we
faking-
have the same problem.
yeah,
with-
faking who he is in the thing, and then you have the same problem though, because like you shouldn't have been there. But
Yeah,
if Fallon's what's saying is like doing something to delay the vote, that might be doable.
Yeah, as in having him on the camera and delay the vote, and then it's like you put the fake makeup on, and like it's like it's like fake torture, So like you just have that, and then it's kind of the vote would be delayed because of what's happened,
I have a feeling they're not going
And
to wait for him.
also, it could be as well that what's called from my site, I could just be like, well, the voting for this should be like delayed or something,
So as Sasha was trying to say there, they probably wouldn't let it be delayed, but you're saying you should go in there and bullshit them to try and make it delayed.
Well, yeah. As in, we could even have something's going to happen that day for the voting, that no one will be able to vote or something. It's being compromised.
So
We could compromise it.
yeah, so what
Yeah.
I'm hearing is you have somebody in mind who, if you need to, can be like a body in his place for whatever reason. You can do a video, you can do makeup and stuff to fake a video with him, if that fits into a plan anywhere. And delay the council meeting
Yes.
somehow. Okay.
I feel like that last one's gonna be really, really hard to pull off. I mean, if anything, it might be easier to like let him, go through with the meeting, and then us pretend like we've kidnapped him after the meeting, and then once the vote's gone through, then we, pretend to like, oh yeah, we still have
Oh.
him totally, and somehow the vote still goes through.
I have a really good idea. Right. Okay, you're straight, aren't you? So basically, do you have people that you know that are straight that can pretend that basically maybe we can just not do this job, as in people that come and like attack us, and so and they drag him away?
I'm sorry, your alternative plan is to not do the job and get attacked.
Yeah.
That's what I got as well.
Is that not?
Wait,
But
what?
we're not going to be attacked. It's going to be a fake attack.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I also have to ask, with two of you being corporal backgrounds, and still quite associated with those backgrounds, do you even care about this enough to go off job like that?
It's okay. You can be honest. We'll only judge you a little.
I feel like she has the crew, and like, if one job goes wrong because of that, that's fine. Like, there's always the next job.
And she just wants to get paid.
Yeah.
What were you think, Com? Are you just not feeling strongly either way?
Sorry.
I have an idea, actually. I have a really good idea. So basically, like, what's called, we have the real one, right? But we don't attack him, it's just fake attack. Let's do what you said and have another one, but he will be in the place of the other guy in the that attends the council meeting, but then we can say we have the real guy here, this is the fake guy, so if they then say later, well, that's not our problem, we have the real guy, they have the fake one. I think that seems logical.
So you mean like have somebody go in his place?
Yeah, have
But-
someone go in his place.
But then go, okay, we don't know anything about that. We did kidnap. We kidnapped him
Yes,
just like
we
we're
did
supposed to.
kidnap him. Yes, let's do that then. I think that seems more logical. What does everyone think about that?
I suppose I could do some hacking to, like, I don't know, mess with schedules or something.
Well,
to
we
make
just
it
have
look
to
good.
take. He just has to take, like, the fake guy just needs to take his details. So yeah. Oh, who's this person?
I'm just watching. Don't mind me.
Oh, okay. Hi.
That was just a monkey from Brazil.
Come
hi
on,
there.
man. I am a chimp.
Sorry, he's more involved than that. He's a chimp. Okay, so is this what we're going with, everyone?
So
I,
we're-
I don't really
what are
know.
we doing again? I'm slightly lost.
We have the.
We're
have
trying
the
to do
real
shit
guy.
to bring shit to actually destroy shit to get more shit.
So Fallon, you want to keep him kidnapped and send in a fake counsellor to do the vote? Yes. That's what you were getting at, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yes.
I mean, I think I'd rather like have the real guy in the vote because that way, it's the voting still goes through. Hopefully, well.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
then
like
us have the fake, and then be like, no, that guy's the fake.
But then we still have the issue of the kidnapping. How are we pulling that off?
Well,
like,
Well, then in that case, you would have to have a very convincing substitute that you've kidnapped, and you're like, hey, no, we did our job and kidnapped the real guy. Here he is.
Yeah. And even then, our client might still argue, no, you guys didn't do the fucking job because the vote went through.
yeah.
Either way, we're kind of fucked.
yeah, I think maybe then we take his credentials, as in take like his all his sort of security details and things like that.
Yeah, clone it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, it's all
Well, if you
electronics.
want it to be the fake guy, you want it to be real, don't you? So
Yeah,
and this activist, he could have like a clone, because he's used to things like this. So yeah.
Oh boy,
Oh, but I think-
this got real complicated.
When I'm saying clone, I mean like an electronic digital clone of all these details that you put on the
Yeah,
person. I don't mean like
yeah,
a
that
literal
sounds
clone.
okay. Yeah, that sounds great.
There's no time for cloning and growing a whole human being.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check. Is the guy even like waking up, or is he still zonked out?
I mean, this hasn't been a very long conversation, really. You're still
I know. I
Fair
just
enough, fair enough.
like imagining we're standing under this bridge for like an hour arguing over what we're gonna do next.
Well, why
Okay.
don't we just like take the photo of the real guy? Like, let's take like, you know, like film the real guy, and then that, I think that, you know, and then that's sort of like the evidence, you know, that he slumped, you know.
Well, we weren't
feel like we're-
given. We
Sorry,
weren't given. Go ahead.
I feel like we're trying too hard to have our cake and eat it too. We need
Yeah.
to just decide either we're doing this job and we're saying fuck you to our client, or we're not doing this, or we are doing this job and saying, you know, fuck you to all the people that this might help.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like as well, like with my contact with Fox could be in jeopardy for the fact of this. So I'm in a sort of conundrum over this. So I feel like we have to meet halfway. Pardon me.
Tencom, do you want to give Joey a ring and tell him to get on down here?
Oh, so we're doing it?
we're doing something.
Yeah.
All right, time to call Joey.
Now is the perfect time for rash action.
I'm assuming he doesn't call you Tencom.
No,
What would he call you?
Joyce.
Joyce.
Hey Joyce, how's it going?
Hey, how's that vibrator 5000 on your crotch?
Oh yeah, it's a great workout.
So, you're gonna have to owe me a favor.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, you owe me this favor because you kept putting tools in the damn bathroom, which you're not supposed to do.
I was just trying to keep them clean.
Yes, but if anyone finds out that you're doing it, you'll lose your job. Now you owe me a favor.
Well, I'm on pretty thin ice already, I guess.
Don't worry. If you do this job for me, I'll help you with your, you know, Ram Stick 500, whatever the fuck you put on your damn crotch. I can't believe you did that.
Hey, listen, when you can see my glutes now, you're not going to regret it.
No. Thank you, by the way. But yes. And I give him the address and all that.
Okay, so the address is under this bridge, yeah?
Yes.
Is it?
Address is 1-800 under this bridge. I don't know where.
Alright, I'll come down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He hangs up.
People will do to just get a nut. Jesus Christ.
So 15 minutes or so later, this guy pops out and he looks like Matt LeBlanc with blue lipstick. And he's just got this big, it looks like a cyber belt and fanny pack all together. And just every now and again, his whole lower body just kind of thrusts.
Dear God.
Hello, Joey.
But his
I mean, we
lower
might-
half of his body is very well toned.
I mean, we might as well just shoot ourselves in the face right now. Like, we're fucked.
What do you mean? I don't like Joey like that.
Oh hey, Joyce, are we having a party or something?
Yes. And I tell him, and I whisper to Sasha, get some deep fake ready. You are going to be an actor.
What? I mean, I always wanted to be in movies, but not like that.
Well, look, you get the first try. No, it doesn't mean intercourse. Anyway, get the deep fake ready. Sasha, stop looking at the crotch.
I can't.
Yeah, the rhythm of it is just mesmerizing.
It
And I mean,
follows you
it's
around the room.
gold.
Listen, if you want to go one-on-one with the big,
Why is
with
it
the
made
big
of
J.
gold?
Why is it made of gold, Joey? What the hell?
Because it's a luxury model.
There, you have it. Now, Sasha, get the deep fake ready.
So I assume I'll just fiddle around with some stuff and make a video.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to roll for this then, Sasha? You're going to get one extra dice because Fallon's going to help you with her video editing skills.
Don't know. I've got eyes, neural, or security protocol, and I'm not sure if any of those are really.
I don't think so, but you can use your loadout to put a program.
Yeah, we'll have a video editing software, some kind of a deep fake maker.
Yeah, like an AI assisted deepfake algorithm thing. Okay, so that gives you a dice, and then Fallon's giving you an extra dice to use.
So what, 2?
Yeah.
Or 3?
2. Yes, this comes out amazingly well. You're able to just like graft the unconscious councilman's, like physical look onto this thrusting maniac. The only problem is, of course, his motions are the thrusting all the time.
Thrusty.
But yes, it will pass, even if it's like scrutinized. It will pass as genuine.
Like all the EXIF info is
Legit.
like
yeah.
Yeah.
They're torturing his crotch.
We'll just say it's a side effect of the knockout juice.
So you have a deep.
Or we're just really fucked up.
So you have like a deep fake crafted onto this guy. So whatever he does, you can have him do whatever you want the councilman to do on video. So where'd you go from here?
That is a good question.
I feel like this is the 3 question marks on the chalkboard stage of the plan.
Yeah, somehow this is going to turn into profit. We just don't know how. Because we have the real guy just zonked out of the trunk and then a fake.
We'll take a 5-minute break right now.
Oh, please.
Yeah, and he's going to think about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
now that we're out of character, I'm just going to be warning you guys this. I have a whole list of crazy fucking employees.
Oh god.
You have been
awesome.
warned.
So, Valley, for context, because you kind of joined in a particularly interesting moment, we've just been hired to kidnap a government official, hold him for ransom, and make it look all public and official. And then, after getting paid a ransom, we're supposed to actually just take him out into the wasteland and dump him, or meet up with our client who will take him and pay us. But then we found out that the official is actually kind of a good guy who's trying to, pass laws that are good for the people and bad for the corpos. And now we're conflicted.
Well, we talked about maybe making a deep fake video, and Glim thought, I'm gonna call my friend Joey, who just had a Super Crotch 5000 installed. And it's like on the fritz, so it thrusts all the time.
And you kept looking at it, and it was so gold, and it was mesmerizing. And why did you do that?
You're the one
it's
that called the
gold.
pervert, friend. Yeah, so you came in, you joined right as he said, I'm calling my friend Joey with the Super Crotch 5000.
Yeah.
And then you appeared.
Literally, the word
that's
Super
literally
Crotch
me.
5000. Super Crotch 5000 were mentioned, and then immediately the Discord notification. Drink! Valley has joined the channel.
Oh no, you guys have found out I have the Super Crotch 5000.
And it's broken, so it just thrusts all the time.
It's Brazilian, come on. Brazilian tech.
Yeah, probably.
I'm loving the ad lib. I'm loving it. I'm so happy you guys are following through.
Hey, I just want to apologize as well. Like, I just didn't know who you were, so I'm really sorry. Just to
Yeah,
say.
Valley's from our old Shadowrun group that I think Dark was there for a little while, but yeah.
And so I just wanna
played
apologize.
Big Man, right?
Yeah, Dark was playing Big Man, yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
the
good
funny
times.
blue elf.
Yeah.
Right, so, assuming everyone's back, have you decided what's happening then?
Oh, fuck no.
Have we fuck?
Yeah, we do. We have Joey here, and he's gonna be deep faking and pumping and humping, and then we're gonna commence doing this thing.
I mean, I
Not
guess
that
if we're
thing.
releasing this video publicly, the air thrusts are just gonna
Oh
make
my
it
god!
more
Thank you for that.
noticeable.
Thank you for that. Oh no! God damn it!
Okay, so the plan is, I'm assuming, Joey here is going to be the fall guy, and you're going to let the councilman go so that he can go do the votes, yeah?
Yup.
Yes.
Okay, so that's useful. So he's left work for tonight, so let's say the vote is tomorrow morning. So what do you want to do with Councilman then? Are you going to let him go? You're going to leave him here? You're going to let him go somewhere in particular? You're going to take him home?
Can we call him an Uber?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we already have his car. We might as well just drop him off at the house. Just kind of dump him on the front porch, and
Yeah,
hopefully he can figure out his way there.
Dump
Did
him on the
Uber
doorstep.
become a megacorp?
Oh, it's Johnny Cabs, obviously. Are you good with this, Goose and Fallon?
I think we should put him in a cab, personally. I mean,
Yeah.
there might
Yes,
be
put him in a
situations
deli,
where
man.
there's-
I don't know what the cabs are called in this city, so it's up to you.
Yeah, so you call him a Johnny Cab. It doesn't have a proper driver, it's like a drone.
Oh, that's awesome, Johnny Cab. I like that.
You ever seen Total Recall?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those. Awesome.
It's a public service transport company, so it's not like a high quality drone. It just looks like a really cheap fairground animatronic that's in the place of a driver, and the sort of dog brain AI is the one driving the car. Okay, so you just want to just lumber him in the back of this and send him packing?
Yeah.
I'd feel better with him not at the scene.
Do you want
Definitely.
to clone all of his details that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
going
that
to
way
be
if they...
yeah, that'll be a role for someone.
Sasha!
Okay.
It could be Sasha, or if you want to let Tencom do it, it could be like a hard copy,
It'd be like
like a card,
like a
thing.
gadget.
Yeah, a card, or even like
Yeah.
a chip implant or something like that.
I mean, I was trying hard not to use my stuff, but I'm worried about Sasha getting psychosis because she may like, fuck me, Joey. You know, I don't want to do all that. So yes, let's just do it.
I mean, yeah, we might as well.
So you-
And to be fair, it is your guy.
So you have a dice because it's in your skill set. You can pull out some tools or gear from your loadout, give you an extra dice,
All right, yeah, let's do that.
and then if you want, you can apply cyber as well.
All right, time to tech fixing stuff. Here we go. 1, 2.
Yeah. So yeah. It's,
Turn your fucking crotch off! Jesus! Distracting.
It's like, look, it's like, hey guys, check this out, and he like turns the dial on the side of it right up to 11, and he just starts like bunny hopping around in thrust, like.
God damn
All
it.
I heard was the static. That was too perfect.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, that chip looks pretty good. You slide it under the skin of his palm. That should do no problem.
Oh, sorry. I need a second because I'm gonna be myself.
damn it, Sasha. It is.
All I heard was so he turns it up to 11, and then I just heard.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, the RPMs on that thing.
Yeah. So
Trigger man, duck!
yeah, he's just like bunny hopping around the place, being led by his crotch.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got
Okay,
all
and
the-
yeah. So you finish the card, the chip, put it in the Kingsman's skin. Looks all good. Not Kingsman's skin, sorry, Joey's skin. and then you bunk someone in, join a cab, and send them off home. So it's just you guys and Joey.
Now what?
So do you want to skip to tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Should we like issue our ultimatum?
Oh wait. Oh, I gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, put the ransom up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, do
Yeah,
you
we
need to go?
We need to publicize that video.
Oh, I mean, all you have in the video just now is the deepfake of a councilman thrusting in a car park.
Jesus fucking.
So, I mean, do you want to like actually have him do something?
I think if we get him to state our demands for money for his release.
Oh my god, this video is hilarious. I'm sorry, my imagination's fucking up.
Yeah. Well, let's just like tie him up, like shove a gun in his face, and then
Okay, so that sounds like Triggerman's duty there. So Joey is like happily showing off the abilities of this implant. He's going to be in a movie. He's kind of excited. This is kind of cool and exciting. I don't know what that guy getting something in the taxi was. Maybe he partied too hard already. And then you approach him, Trigger, and do what?
Okay, yeah. So look, friend, you're just gonna pretend to be kidnapped.
I'm gonna what?
Yeah, you're gonna pretend to be kidnapped. You're gonna ask for, you're gonna read out our demands and then ask for some money, and then we'll just send you on your way, hopefully.
Oh, okay, cool. Like this, and he gets down on his knees, with his hands behind his back, but of course he's still like crotch thrusting.
Okay.
I don't know if I can work with this. I don't think we can work with
Okay,
this.
how about this? And he lies on his side, like he's hog-tied, but he's still like thrusting, but it looks a lot more like he's wriggling.
Oh wait, that works.
Is there any way you could just turn it off, please?
Oh, I mean, I can turn it down. Turns it down.
Yeah.
He turns it down to the lowest setting, and it becomes this slow groove sort of motion.
Oh
This
no!
As if he's just like slowly grinding it.
Like Barry White music plays.
Oh no.
This is somehow worse. Please tell me you're gonna blur my face out of this video.
Yes, we are. Aren't you, Sasha?
Yeah, I'll just like
She's
pull
just
out
covering her face and looking away.
Yeah, just holding a gun at his face.
I'm tempted to say we should also blur his crotch out in this video.
Yeah, that would be the most humane thing to do.
For the viewers, yeah.
Nobody wants to see that.
Okay, so he's down there pretending he's hog-tied. Do you want to actually hog-tie him, Trigger?
Yeah, I'll actually hog tie him.
Okay, okay, as you tighten up, he's like, hey, that's a little tight. You sure you guys know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, more or less.
Yep.
And then you what, Trigger?
I just hold, just have like a shotgun just kind of aimed at his face in the video. Like just read off the line.
So I'm going to mark you as 2 out of 7 for a shotgun for your slots. And okay, he's put a shotgun. He's like, whoa, hey, that's a real gun.
Relax, Joe.
Well, yeah, we it's fine.
So he's still like slowly grinding as he says this. And he's like, I'm not so sure about this, guys. I'm kind of uncomfortable here.
No, it's not loaded, right, Trigger Man?
No, it's not loaded, and I'll just wire him my 1 credit.
See?
Yeah,
You're getting paid, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I guess, but we're not taking it too far, right?
No, we're not.
No. Yeah, just read off the line for this quick thing, and then we'll just we'll let you go.
Okay, so what's he saying?
I basically just sent to him like a quick text script that's basically just like, my name is whatever his name, like Charles.
My name
whatever.
is Charles Galliano.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
a councilman for the City Sprawl.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm being held ransom. I'm being held.
I'm being held against my will. Yep.
Yeah, unless a ransom is paid of whatever amount, I'll
Yeah, unless the ransom is paid of 200 creds, they're going to execute me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he records your little speech. I need to have him video. Now what?
Cool. And as soon as the video's over, I just stick him with the Z. Just knock him out.
What'd you do that for?
I honestly have no idea, but I hopefully that could you just
It's
get rid of the
he falls unconscious and begins to like snore softly while still rhythmically grinding.
I want my credit back.
Can you take his
Believe
credit
I
back?
paid for that.
Yeah, it's like a hard chip thing, so yeah.
Oh, it's blink.
Yeah,
God. All right. So,
I am not
Are we-
paying for that.
are we done here?
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully.
Okay.
I mean, we probably ought to just keep him around just in case we need.
All right. Sasha, I need you.
Oh God, what?
I take out my tool bag. I hand it to her. All right. We are going to fix Dickinator. You ready?
No.
Me either.
You didn't
And we commit to fixing it.
You didn't think to do that before the video.
Nope.
I was just about to say that.
Nope.
Okay, one dice.
I think I might have something in my costume bag that might,
One dice.
hide this.
One dice. Well, it's filmed now. One dice. Second dice for the gear, and then extra dice if you want cyber.
Oh dear God. Duck. What's the other? You said the other die?
So yeah, no, that's fine because you didn't use the cyber. So you do manage to get it repaired, but not without electrocuting him first. So he effectively gets like tasered.
Joey, I'm sorry, but I fixed it. Okay, I fixed it.
He's still unconscious and he's been tasered. But his actual crotch area is like burnt. You can smell the burning hair.
Oh, that's
If-
no.
If this is what you do to your friends, I feel for your enemies.
Wait, you didn't happen to like accidentally copy over his trauma team subscription, did you?
No, why?
You hear like an air ambulance coming through the sky at a distance.
No fucking way.
You're joking, right?
This was because we kept going on and on and on and on.
Yep, the red and lights are like flashing, reflecting off the windows of the skyscrapers around you as it begins to lower down through the levels.
Okay.
Oh, all right, wait.
Throw him in the
No,
truck.
don't panic. Undeep fake him. I got this.
I mean,
What?
deepfake,
No, we didn't get the fuck out.
the deepfake only applies to the video.
All right, I untie him and I pick him up. And all right. Anyone got any liquid? I need water, something.
You can see like rappel lines dropping out the side of the air ambulance.
Hurry the fuck up! Give me something liquid.
Yeah, I'll
No,
just
we need to
produce some water or something and give that to you.
All right, I put on my face like I'm crying and all that. All right, Trigger Man. And I put my mask on him. Let's go.
What do you mean? Let's go. We need to get the fuck out.
Okay, so you jump into the back of the vehicle that he's had. Is everybody jumping in this vehicle? The trauma team are like descending the rappels now.
Well, I was
Look,
gonna
they're
try
gonna
to go.
shoot us if we don't drive.
assault
We need to go.
rifles hanging off, their backs.
This is how we make it public. We need to go.
Fine, okay, let's go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming everyone's diving in the vehicle, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
I know Zoe and Joey.
Okay, Goose, do you want to give me a roll for your driving as you speed off and try to evade capture?
Okay, so 2d6.
Well, you've got 1 dice. You can have a second dice if you have any gear you can pull out to help you.
Trying to think what I might have that would help in this case. I mean, I guess I would probably have something like maybe a flashbang that I could throw behind this.
That would work.
I don't know if-
You could also inject yourself with a stimulant or something like that.
Or you can give it to one of us and we can just throw it for you.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'd pass a flashbang over to whoever is.
Okay, so there's the
sitting
gear
in the
element,
back.
and you can pick cyber to apply to the roll as well if you want.
Yeah, I think I would probably use that in this
Okay,
situation.
so that's 3 dice then, yeah?
Okay.
Or is it a rank 2 one?
I don't think I have rank 2 and anything. I think it would just be rank 1.
Okay, so
for...
3 dice then, let's see it.
Okay.
Okay, so that the edge one is your highest one, and that's higher than your current edge, so your edge is going to increase by 1. So you should be edge
Okay.
2 now, I think.
Yeah, I think it sounds right.
You hurl the flashbang goes off, doesn't seem to slow them down in the slightest. They are cybered up to fuck. A flashbang has no effect on them. They land on the ground, 6 of them, heavily armored bodies, cyberware, assault rifles in their hands. They get down in position, let off a rattle of bullets, which ricochets off the chassis of the vehicle as you reverse it out into the street. The tires squeal and you take off along the road. You can see them holding their heads just in your rearview mirror as they're making comms calls. And the air ambulance kind of lifts up into the air to follow you along the streets.
Well, alright. Now we've succeeded in making a video and kidnapping a guy. Eventually this will hit the news, so that'll be public at least.
I tell you, you're sending the video somewhere to make it public.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that, huh?
Yeah, that's easy enough.
Okay, so Fallon, I think you're the person who would know who to send it to. Who do you send it to make it public?
I'll just send it to my friend Tony.
And what's Tony? Is he a station manager or something?
Yeah, he's a station manager, yeah.
Okay, is that a news network then, or what?
Yeah, that's the news network. So no, it's what's called one of those sort of broadcast news, but it's not news. It's kind of the sort of cheapened version.
Okay, it's Fox or something like that.
Yeah, kind of.
It's news entertainment, not news.
Yeah, news entertainment.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's and almost instantly on your screens, on your ARs, you just get the kind of news feed coming in. It's Councilman Giuliano has been kidnapped. Trauma team is now en route in chase of the pursuers, and you can see the camera view from a drone zooming across the top of the skyscrapers towards the air ambulance, and as it joins alongside it, it looks down and you can see your vehicle being followed by the air ambulance.
Cool. I'm gonna roll down a back window and just, as pointless as it is, I'm gonna take a couple pot shots at the air ambulance.
Okay, so you already have your shotgun. Do you want to use some of your loadout to get special ammo for this?
Yeah. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try shock ammo. Why not?
You don't want high explosive.
All right, you silver tongue devil. I'll take it.
I
Explosive.
mean, it's an air ambulance. It's an armored like transport vehicle. You probably want something that's going to do some damage.
You don't have to talk me into it. I tried to talk myself out of explosive. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you got dice, then you got second dice for the explosives, and then cyber on top of that.
Oh boy. Okay. So 3 dice total, right?
Yeah. The cyber's the
Oh,
highest,
boy.
so you're going to get edge. Yes, there's a chunk as you fire the explosive slug upwards. It strikes the bottom of the air ambulance. It explodes. The air ambulance kind of spirals and waves and falls, behind. It doesn't crash. It's like armored on the underneath this kind of thing, but it is like destabilized and has like an emergency landing. The news drone is still following you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll even like just kind of like wave my shotgun around and kind of laugh like the psycho gang punk that I am.
Fallon, you can see in the little view counter of your live stream, like the numbers are just going up and up and up.
Ooh, this is nice.
Okay, and you just get Fallon, you get the message from Fox at that point, for the coordinates from Roslyn of the way out in the wasteland where you're to drop the guy off.
Okay, got the coordinates, guys, so let's get cracking.
Yeah, it's like 5 miles out of the sprawl.
Cool. So now we need to properly evade the cops and leave the city.
Sounds like some driving rules for Gus.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing how good is the news drone? I mean, is it a really good one that would be staying on us, or
It's
like...
built for speed, yeah.
Right, okay.
Whether it will actually follow you outside of the sprawl into the wasteland is debatable, because it's all irradiated and they lose signal strength and stuff like that.
Okay, I will start trying to lead the news drone on a wild chase and like trying to shake it, or at least like put some distance between us and the drone before I start to follow the allotted route.
Okay, so it doesn't know where you're going. Okay,
Yeah.
So you've got a dice, a second if you pull out some gear, and then your cyber.
Trying to think what kind of gear would actually be useful for this, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could take some kind of stimulant for this.
Yeah, you pick up a bit. I don't
Like
know.
some hyper focus.
Yeah,
whatever,
Retro
limitless type
X
shit.
fucking stimulant that would just like boost all your senses and shit. It's like nitros for the body.
Ooh, that's a good street name for it. Nitro.
Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying and I know you're not saying it?
Okay, yeah, so that's 2 dice, Alan, and if you want a third dice, it's your cyber.
I'll maybe just stick with the 2 for now. I don't know that I want to put the edge up
Okay.
unnecessarily. So.
Yep, you didn't need it anyway. Yeah, you like spin back and forth in and out of like alleyways and side streets. You go into underpasses. At one point you go into like an underground car parking lot, and rather than coming out of the exit, you just like fly off of one of the upper floors out of a window, land on the street, and then take off around the corner. And you do lose the drone successfully.
Atta boy.
As you're exiting off the highway to come towards the gateway out of the city sprawl into the wasteland, there is obviously the border patrol there, and they've got one of those little barriers that come down to try and stop you. How do you want to approach that?
If Sasha wants to, maybe, or somebody wants to try to hack it.
Anything that can hack from that distance, all I have is eyes.
Sasha?
Mm-mm.
Or we could try to just ram through it.
You could
I'm sure
ram
that'd
it,
go
you
fine.
could blast it, you could pull up and try to blag your way through. It's up to you guys.
Pull up to it and what?
Try to blag your way through, just talk your way past.
I mean, you have the voice, right? Right? You can do this, right?
Are you talking to me?
No, yes, please. You think you can talk your way out of this one, or
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
we are not here? You're like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, I'll put away all my guns and shit and hopefully hide the unconscious.
Well,
We could just say he's drunk or
maybe
something.
get them like, you know, sort of ready, not just like, you know, in case. Just have it sort of, you know, not on show, but you know, it's easily.
Yeah, so it's not going to be easy to roll because you just have a bunch of weapons and the unconscious guy and all that kind of stuff. And plus they know that a chase was just happening over the radio. Although maybe not because it's a big save. So Fallon, you're going to have your 1 dice. Do you have anything in your loadout you could use for this?
Use pheromones. Also, I could use a spray that just like makes me sound even more alluring.
Okay, so like an extra. You could have that, or if you wanted, you can have stuff like a fake pass and things like that as well.
Okay, I'll have. Oh, a fake pass sounds better. Let's have the fake pass.
Okay, so let's say the fake pass negates the extra difficulty, so you can have 2 dice if you use your pheromones.
Okay, that sounds good.
So the good news is you don't get edge for your pheromones. Yeah, your pass swipes and checks out. But given the circumstances and the body and all that they're definitely going to like take a note of the vehicle and your ID that you gave them, the fake one, and they're going to check up on that later. But for now they pass it and you just go out into the wasteland.
Good thing this is a throwaway.
Good thing it's a fake pass.
So he's going into the radiated wasteland. It's middle of the night. It's dark. It's cold. There's maybe the soft glow of radiation in some spots where it still lingers in the wind. You just drive 5 miles out with the road. The tarmac gives way to just like stone and cobble, and eventually you're just driving on a dirt path, Goose. You just come up to the location you've been given, and you can see like this big massive trash refinery place. You can see the flares going up when it's burning. You can smell all the toxic fumes, and there is like a VTOL that's landed here, and there's a team of about 5 guys armed in a sort of semicircular position as you approach. They're not in combat positions, but they are just kind of like standing ready.
Okay, and we definitely do not have the guy that they really want.
Yeah, this could go badly.
That could go badly because your friend could end up like dead.
I'm just gonna put on my bulletproof vest.
Okay, so that's you up to 6 out of 7.
Actually, no, I'm just up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I bet your shotgun was 2.
Yeah, it was the shotgun, and then I had the Z drug, and then
Yeah, the shotgun's
the
2
explosive
and
ammo.
the vest is 2 because it's armor.
Oh, was it 2?
Yeah, vests are 2
Oh, okay, yeah.
because
Never mind,
it's
you're
armor,
right.
and it'll give you a point of armor.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Does anyone else want to pull armor out as part of the loadout at this point?
I mean, we're gonna get into a fight.
Yeah, I may as well just put I'm just gonna put some armor on.
Yeah, I think it would be worth using the inventory slot for that.
All right, I put my light armor on and my blazer on. I'm going.
Best case scenario, we manage to get them, or have them give us our 2 credits, and then we'd be like, all right, see ya, losers, and
Do you want
that's
armor as well, Sasha?
Yeah, why not?
I've been tracking everyone's loadouts, so I should have it all here. Okay, so everyone has still got enough they can pull out a weapon if they need be as well. If they haven't already.
Is that just 1 or 2 loadout?
The armor is 2 of your loadout. You should have 2 out of 5 left, Shy.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you slip into your armor. I imagine you're doing that kind of as you're approaching. You get up there, just in the headlights, you see the reflection of these guys, or these people. 5 of them, full black, corporate body armors, helmets. Some of them have got like assault rifles. Other ones, you're guessing by the bulkiness of their arms and torsos, they have like cyberware. And what do you do here?
Well, we should come in it friendly. Like, this should be friendly, because we're trying to be genuine.
Looking at them, I don't think they ever intended for us to walk away from this, to be honest.
maybe. Well, let's try to make them think that we still have their guy, and maybe we can walk away with some extra credits before shit goes down. But yeah, eventually they're gonna figure out that we don't have the councilman right here with us, so we're, either we're having the fight now, or we're gonna try to pull the wool over their eyes, and then we're gonna have a fight.
Let's do the pull over the eyes first, and then the fight. Because I feel like if we go in guns blazing, it's let's just kind of give peace a chance.
So,
Yeah.
so Goose, as you roll in slowly, one of them raises his hand to waves you to come in.
I'm gonna put a bag over Joey's head just to kind of again try to hide his face, even though maybe the rest of him doesn't look right.
Yeah, well, he's no longer grinding or thrusting, so that helps.
Yeah. So I'll just put a bag over his head and just kind of carry him.
He just smells like burnt pubes.
I'll grin
Jesus
and bear
Christ.
it. I'm not gonna abandon him. I'm just gonna try to keep him close, and just if I need to, I'll show him yeah, no, we totally have the guy. Now hand over the money.
So you step out of the car, Trigger, you've got him. When one hand you're going on the other, assumedly.
Yeah.
Okay, the minute this looks like it's going south, just jump back in the car and we're out of here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming Goose, you're still at the wheel, just engine running, ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you definitely should be at that point.
Are you coming out, Fallon, to do the talking?
Yeah, well, I think I should come out to do the talking, so...
So as you and Trigger step out, the guy that waved you in, you can hear him speaking amplified, slightly digital voice through the helmet. You can also see it has a gas mask attachment to it. Is this the guy? He says, pointing to the guy with the knapsack over his head. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, I literally gave you my my gas mask, so they don't know who you are, Trigger.
I mean, they already know who we are. We're the guys that they hired.
But yes, it's
Yeah, so okay, that's the guy.
This is the guy.
Two of them step forward, one of them puts the gun away. Alright, hand them over.
Money?
1 second, and he walks over to him, pulls the sack off his head to look at him.
Oh,
Should I shoot him?
Well, shit.
I shoot him in the head with my taser gun.
No, don't do that. Just we're still not at that point yet.
They pulled the bag off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and
Can
he's
anyone
very.
hack their eyes or something?
Okay, so Tenkom, you're shooting. Yes.
Because
do you? Okay, so the gear gives you a dice. So do you have a cyberware you can apply to that as well?
no,
Okay, so just one dice.
but I do have fire.
Oh, if you have firearm, you can use your firearm to shoot.
Yeah, I use my taser, that roided up taser gun I taught you.
Okay, so I'm using one loadout to give you the. Never mind, actually. Okay, so
4.
your edge will go up.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one guy is struck by a taser, which
In the
sparkles
head.
all over his head, and he kind of like convulses a bit and goes in the ground and clutches his head. The other two go, "What the hell?" and they reach for their weapons.
Trigger!
Yeah, I throw Joey at Tencom and be like, get him to the car.
All that.
Would you defend?
Yeah, I just like bolt to the car.
Yep, nope, this is it. That was quick. Fuck.
Sasha, come!
Okay, Fallon. Do you have any dice to help you bolt into the car?
Yeah, I can. What's called? I take something that bolts me to the car.
Okay, so you
And
jab
I'll
yourself with
use
a
the-
combat sibling.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you have any cyberware that helps?
No, eyes isn't. I don't know if that will work. Well, it's just I've just got ears.
Reflexes, bones, something like that, muscles.
I've just got. No, I've
Okay,
just got
so one dice.
pheromones.
One dice. You have armor anyway, so you can roll one dice. Or actually, you can roll two dice because you got armor if you want. No, just one dice because that's not how I was doing with armor. Oh, you aced it anyway.
Nice.
Yes, you dive in the car just as a kind of flurry of bullets go and hit the side door of the car. What about you, Trigger?
Yeah, I was probably gonna ask a really dumb question, but which of these guys looks probably the most dangerous immediately?
I mean, you know which one's in charge. I don't think you can really discern from them which one's most dangerous.
Fair enough.
Maybe the
yeah,
cybers potentially, because you don't know what tricks they could have.
yeah. So I'll try to shoot at one that I assume to be the most chromed up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll take a shot with an explosive round.
Okay, so that's going to be all your slots used.
Wait, is it? I thought I already had a.
That's your 77 if you're pulling out another one.
Oh no, because I thought. Oh, so I don't just. So I have to take. So okay, so if I shoot twice with explosives, then that's 2 slots. Or is it just?
Oh no, it's the same gun, isn't it? Okay, you can have the same thing. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just shoot him with the explosive and then try to run. But yeah.
Okay, well, you know what dice they're using NA Cyber.
Yeah, my reactions. So hopefully to beat their reactions.
Doesn't matter because your regular dice beat it anyway.
Nice.
Yes, you fire a slug off explosive at the most chromed up, bulky, large looking figure, and it explodes. He goes like flying backwards into a trash pile. Just a black mark where he was standing. The guy that's standing beside him also kind of like gets knocked off his feet into a trash pile to the side. And you still have
Yep.
time to react because you get 6.
Oh yeah. In that case, I will sprint my happy little ass back to the car.
You can either roll for that if you want to try and dodge it, or you can just mark off your armor and just like your armor takes a hit.
I'll try to roll for it. Try to dodge it. I guess that's just my reactions, isn't it?
You're cyber, but it still comes into combat for you, so you still got dice for that.
Okay, so 3 dice still?
Yeah. Okay, you do get edge that time. But your reflexes and your speed so fast that you manage to let that off and then get into the car before they do anything. Goose, everyone is like dove back into the car. Explosions are going off, bullets are rattling everywhere. What'd you do?
Yeah, I think I would just floor it at this point, get us the hell out of here.
Okay, give me your dice roll for that.
Okay, is that 2 again? Or just one?
I think you're still under the effects of the nitros they injected, so you can have 3 dice.
Okay, cool. Ooh.
Yeah, you like reverse the vehicle up to like just burly and spin it around. And there is just like a rattle of bullets across windows smash. This thing's not bulletproof at all. And you take like a shot to the torso, so you're going to take 2 harm.
Oh, fuck.
Do I get anything for armor against that? Or...
Oh, sorry, you do have armor, don't you? Yes, you can just like negate that by removing the armor.
Cool.
Yeah, so your armor takes like some of the bullets because you're on the driver's side. And your armor's like ruined, and you turn around and you take off. In the rearview mirror, you can just see them like running into whatever vehicle they have parked off to the side. Yeah, you're tearing along this dirt road back onto the rocky path. All the windows are being like shot out. The cold, toxic air is like flowing in through the night. One of your headlights is gone. You manage to like bump, you hit the tarmac, and you breathe for a second because you think you're gone, and then this big black armored vehicle just comes like piling out behind you, smashing through a pile of rocks onto the road behind you.
Oh, fuck me.
They never intended for us to walk away from this 100%.
Nope.
Yeah. No, this was.
Well, I mean, if you'd had the
No,
guy,
they didn't.
they probably would have.
Yeah, well, it's what we get for having consciousness.
Okay, so does anyone want to do anything to help the escape here?
Yeah, I think I'll fill up my extra 2 for, my extra 2 loadout slots, and I'll pull out an LMG.
Yeah, so
And just try to, like, open fire.
Yeah, you pulled in like the back seat, and out of the trunk you pull out this big LMG.
Yeah, and I just, like, open fire on it and hopefully try to, like, get them to distract them or slow them down, or maybe I hit the driver, who knows?
Okay, so give me a roll for that one. Does anyone else want to do anything to help the escape?
Nope.
No? You don't want to hack
I don't know what I can hack.
the vehicle? Or their cyberware, maybe?
That's a point.
Or any devices they may have.
I mean, I could just try to, I guess, fuck up their comms and whatever else I can.
You can either do that, or you could just pull a weapon or something out of your loadout and have a go with that. And Fallon and Tencom can do the same if they want.
I mean, what?
I mean, I would say like Tencom, you have got 1 more you can pull out, so you could pull out like a micro drone.
Okay. Alright, Dimitri. It's time.
So the micro drone can have like 1 function, 1 thing it can do, or you just have to tell me what the 1 thing it can do is.
One thing it can do is disassemble stuff. Wait, did you hear what I said, or?
Yeah, disassemble stuff, so you can roll 2 dice for that to see how successful that little micro drone is. Imagine you just like put your hand up and this little bee-sized thing just like takes off from the palm of your hand, goes over to their APC, goes through like some of the gaps in the armor and into the interior of it, crawls into like the paneling where all the wires are and like attaches itself to the circuitry.
Alright, 5-4.
Yeah, and then just starts to like fuse some of those wires. At the same time, Triggerman gets up on the roof and just starts going causing it to kind of like swerve a little bit to the side as they're trying to like take the shots on the heavy part of the armor. Does Fallon and Sasha want to do anything?
Can I have a go at hacking their vehicle?
Yes, of course you can.
And I'll use my security protocol and
Program.
And oh yeah, yeah, I'll pull out some kind of a program.
Okay, so your program's going to negate the fact that they're like megacorp security guys. So you're going to have your 1 dice plus your cyber dice.
Got it. Balls.
That's fine. It's good enough to do some. Yeah, so you get into their systems. This is like top tier fucking megacorp security grade stuff. It's got like its own sort of like host on the vehicle. But you managed to get into it. But I mean, it just like coats your digital form with like trace icons so they can track you down later. So you're going to take 2 heat. Fallon, is there anything you want to do to help before Goose has to make the final escape roll?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Goose, so you have your dice again for escaping plus 3 extra dice.
So how many is that altogether?
6 dice for you.
6. Okay, 66. God. Can I even throw 66? I think the maximum here is 5.
It'll let you if you like type it in on the advanced bit at the bottom.
Right, okay.
And the last one of these dice is your cyber.
Whoops, sorry, I hit that by mistake.
Why are you
Sorry.
Sasha?
Sorry, I just clicked. Ignore me.
He's just trying to raise tension here by taking longer.
My hand is all twitchy and I just misclicked.
Get out of it, Alan. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't get it.
Okay, so yeah, your edge goes up by 1 because it was the cyber that did it. God, that's a lot of edge for 60. Yeah, so their vehicle slows down, the circuitry's been fused together, their sat-nav is getting hacked, the controls are all buggy, the thing's like veering side to side trying to not take bullets directly to the viewing port. All this is going on at the same time. And which cyberware is it you have?
Mine or...
Yeah, yours goes.
It was reflexes and neuro.
Okay, yeah, so all that has been calculated into your neural processor and you're remapping the route that you took to get here, all the bumps in the road, the wind velocity, any sort of obstacles in your path, and you managed to like zigzag and catch some sort of like slipstream from the weather that's like channeled into a little part of the valley and accelerate just enough ahead of them, and then they slow down because of the various things that are affecting their system, and you manage to like tear ahead of them straight back to the sprawl and make it back into there safely without being tailed.
Nice.
But no one got paid. And then Joey wakes up.
Oh god.
And it's like, God, what the hell happened to my pubes?
Joey, not now.
You said it wasn't that kind of movie, Joyce. God damn you.
Notice something?
Oh, yeah, I think my thrustmaster's broken.
No, you're welcome. It's fixed.
What? No! My glutes! My fabulous glutes!
No, it's fit. Isn't it fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed, but he likes it that it was thrusting all the time.
I just immediately shove the barrel of my LMG against his face. I'm like, shut the fuck up for 5 seconds, alright?
Now that one's real.
Yes, we will call that session there. We can do the downtime at the start of the next one.
Oh my god.
Hold on. So it ends like, oh my god, that's a great ending. You just see Triggerman put his gun on there, and I go, "That's what's real." Da da da, and in the end,
Jesus Christ. This took a turn.
We're alive. I'll call that a win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're-
hold that.
We're not dead. That's definitely a plus.
We got paid up front, at least, 1 credit. So we're not poor. We're in fact still richer than what we used to when we started.
Well, anyone who doesn't have to clear anything next time, well, yeah.
I have a group rule. We finish the jobs, no matter how bad they are.
No.
Come on, we need money.
I'm a punk. I don't follow your rules. I follow my rules.
Okay, you shoot shit, we finish shit, and then you get paid for shit. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, but also fuck the corpos.
Oh, it's Sasha, because you cover Chase icons, you'll know that they're AlphaSoft icons. That's the Megacorp.
Oh, nice. Well, at least we know who hired us. Just now we're on the run from them.
You probably didn't hear what I told them, Dark, is that, yeah, I have so many concepts for employers for you. So get ready.
Yes, so that's Runner.
I need to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I definitely think Laura needs to go, because I hear that the cat's pulling her.
Meow, meow, meow.
No worries.
Yeah, that was fun. I'll get you next time.
All right.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch you.